Hey guys, this is just a reminder that currently we have the Kingdom Hearts combo contest still ongoing. If you wish to participate, simply read the rules in the description below and spread the contest on Twitter and on YouTube by using the hashtag you see on screen, hashtag KH2contest. Unlike last time, we're doing almost all the Kingdom Hearts games this time around and are looking for even better and cooler combos from the series to spotlight. So if you think you have something worth showcasing or just want to have fun by participating, then remember the contest is lasting from now until the end of August. Reminder to read the rules down below in the description. Thank you for watching, thank you for your time, and enjoy the video. How's it going, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? My name is Prodigy, and welcome to another Kingdom Hearts video on the channel. Today, guys, we're going to be continuing the coverage of the Kingdom Hearts 2 Ultimania. In the last video, we covered things like the insight into development behind Kingdom Hearts 2, the passion behind the team who worked on it, some interesting writing decisions made or maybe not made by Tetsuya Nomura himself, and much more. And if you want to view all of that, you can simply click the card in the top right of the screen, or you can wait until the end of this video and view it then in the end card that is presented. So I'm not going to waste any time. We're just going to go ahead and dive right into the juicy bits. If Kingdom Hearts 2 was never released, what would happen to the mysteries left in the first game? I guess they'll just stay untold. I have a severe opinion about that, but I think a game that doesn't sell just shouldn't have a sequel. If many people want a sequel, I'll have to answer to that, but if not, I have to bravely give up. Thank goodness we had a lot of fans saying they wanted a continuation, so we were able to make it. But if Kingdom Hearts was a game that nobody wants a sequel of, then it's not that bad for the unsolved mysteries to stay that way. Anyway, besides, even if Kingdom Hearts 2 was not released now, the fans can still have fun with the underplots in the previous game and make their own speculations. And that way, although the game gets old, people can still continue being happy with it, so I think it's possible to draw the curtain like how the previous game did. A game sure needs elements where people can discuss and make speculation. When we were kids, we always thought there's not enough things to imagine from this when reading manga, watching anime, or playing games, and I thought that is strange. Whether it's game, anime, or manga, there should be a place where you can speculate things. I have that feeling, so I wanted to make a game that gives space for your imagination. That's why I don't like revealing everything and say this is the answer. Just like when I was a kid, I want to make something that can allow people to let loose with their imagination. How do you choose the worlds that get inserted into Kingdom Hearts 2? Just like in the first Kingdom Hearts, we make sure we don't overlay each world's outlooks. In Abstract, we make world categories like lots of greens, gothic, near future, and so on, and then think which world fits those categories. For example, in the first game, there was the Tarzan world, and at the same time, there's an idea for a Jungle Book world too. Both worlds' appearances look almost the same, so I took some opinions from the staff and made a choice between those two. Kingdom Hearts 2's worlds were chosen one by one like that too, but at the same time, I was at Disney's HQ in Los Angeles to make contract negotiations. On the day we had an appointment with the Disney HQ on requesting which worlds he wanted to use, I sent emails through handphone to the staff asking this world got the okay sign, so what do you think, and so on, and made the choices at real time. And pausing right there. Okay man, I know I talk about this a lot, but I love Nomura's mindset when making video games. I mean, I think one of my favorite aspects about Kingdom Hearts storytelling is how much you're able to speculate with, and sometimes it's a little frustrating not getting answers at times, but overall I feel like the experience would be heavily tainted if it wasn't for all the theories, all the speculation, all the back and forth discussions, all the friends I've made just through Kingdom Hearts talking about theories, mysteries, analyzing the lore and the little tidbits that Nomura left for us. It's all really fascinating that he made a world so imaginative. And even nowadays in gaming, there's not that many games which stories give me that similar feeling. Things that maybe come close that I'm not as into are things like Zelda. Some Final Fantasy games have aspects like that. And there's a lot of other examples I can make, but the reason Kingdom Hearts is my favorite series is because it stands at the top in that aspect. And it's a big risk because it's one thing a lot of people don't like about the series, not getting as many answers as quickly, but it's definitely something to take a step back and kind of appreciate. When I sit back and think about how many friends I've made, how big of a community I've grown through simply speculating and talking about Kingdom Hearts and what the series has offered to us, it's pretty amazing how many people resonate with that aspect that Nomura tried to achieve. And I think that's really special. It's also really nice to get an insight into the mindset behind choosing Disney worlds for Kingdom Hearts. Now, we've gotten little tidbits of this in recent Ultimanias like Kingdom Hearts 3's and a little bit in Kingdom Hearts 1, but for Kingdom Hearts 2, I feel like he went a little bit more in depth with it. I wonder if he keeps the same style going forward, because it definitely seems like he did. Because when I do think about it, there's not many duplicate style worlds in Kingdom Hearts games, and that's really cool to know that the Jungle Book world was actually going to be in Kingdom Hearts 1 at one point, but they ended up choosing Tarzan. It seems like they wanted to make the decision to put that world again in Birth by Sleep because we all know about the infamous room that wasn't developed fully. Kingdom Hearts 3 really setting the bar for Disney worlds. I can't wait to see what Moana might look like in a Unreal Engine 4 or 5, or how a world like Halloween Town or Agrabah, if they returned. I know people are tired of Agrabah and Union Cross, but personally I think it would still like be a good world to come back in a mainline game. Wonder how those worlds would look like in Unreal Engine 4 or 5. It's just would be really cool to see these Disney movies, especially old classics, being brought to life under this new graphics engine, looking better than their original movies. Half of the worlds in the first game were major Disney titles, so did you have a hard time choosing new worlds? Before choosing a world, I certainly wondered if the choice was okay or not, but when I thought of Tron, Pirates of the Caribbean, and Steamboat Willie, and so on, I got the feeling those are good choices. Half of the worlds overlaid with the previous games, but the new worlds give great impact, so I thought they would be alright. Besides, this is still a sequel, so people might want to revisit some old worlds. In that way, both old and new worlds are inserted at the right ratio. I do think Nomura found a balanced ratio with that. I heard it was you who suggested to insert the sea salt ice cream in the game. Yes, I did. When the Tokyo Disney Sea opened and I went there by invitation, they were selling sea salt ice creams at the time. You would think a salty ice cream seems a pretty weird idea, right? I was like, what is this? So I tried it out and it turned out to be very tasty. My impression of it back then was so strong that I overlapped Disney's image with sea salt ice cream. Besides that, Rox's story is set in summer break, and I wondered what did I eat back in summer breaks when I was a kid, and I remembered, of course, ice cream. Although I was the one who said I wanted to use it, Nojima-san was the one who actually made it show up that much. Even I was surprised. You're using it this often? I think that shows the playfulness of Nojima-san's scenarios. The text that's written on the photos in Gemini Memo's album is written by you, right? Yes, the project and menu leader came to my booth and said hesitantly, I want the text in the album to be handwritten. I answered, I think that's okay, and he replied, no, I want you to write them down, Nomura-san. At that time, there weren't that many sheets of paper, so I said, sure, I can write it. But just as I finished writing and gave back those sheets, more and more sheets kept coming in, to the point of making me wonder when exactly it would stop coming in, and that's when I thought, oh shoot. Okay, I never knew that about sea salt ice cream. I always assumed that was a ice cream that was like created by Kingdom Hearts, but that was an actual ice cream in Tokyo. Huh. The more you know, I guess. I also think it's pretty like cool that Nomura did find the right ratio between old and new worlds in Kingdom Hearts 2. I feel like we definitely got less returning worlds as Kingdom Hearts games progressed, which is kind of unfortunate, but overall is better-ish? I don't know. I'm conflicted. I feel like on one hand, I definitely feel super nostalgic over worlds like Agrabah and Halloween Town and Hercules and whatnot. whatnot. But on the other hand, it's like, yo, new Disney worlds, new Disney movies, and some of my favorite worlds in the Kingdom Hearts series ever, like Tangled, Hunchback of Notre Dame, and Dream Drop Distance, and so on, are new worlds that didn't really get repeats in the series, or not yet at least. So it's a mixed bag, but I feel like the right ratio is what would be best because you get both. So in future Kingdom Hearts games, given we get more worlds, hopefully, I would love if we got at least, like, I'd say 3 to 4 maybe returning worlds in a newer engine. Maybe not 4, maybe like 2 to 3, and then the rest being new worlds. I think that would be a nice spot to hit. Since those handwritings were written by Sora, that means Sora's handwriting is the same as your handwriting, right? Yeah, I suppose so. My handwritings have been used in websites and advertisements, so when I asked when people recognize it's my handwriting, they just answered, that'll be okay. By the way, those texts will be erased in the international version and just be something limited to the Japanese version. I asked them, you're not saying I should write English for the North American version or French or German in the UK version, right? And they answered, no, we're not inserting the text in the international versions. So I was saved by that. That is really unfortunate because I'm not gonna lie, when he was talking about those memo things, I had no idea what they were talking about. On what kind of basis did you choose the Final Fantasy characters? In a way, we selected characters that are on demand. We consider from both fans and the staff's opinions, and it all ends with just characters that are highly on demand. And Tifa from Final Fantasy VII showed up. In fact, back when we were working on Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, some of the staff members wanted to have Tifa show up. They said battling with Tifa would be fun in a melee sense, and originally wanted to add both Sephiroth and Tifa into Kingdom Hearts Final Mix, but due to tight schedules, we could only go with one character, so we inserted Sephiroth into Kingdom Hearts Final Mix. Because of that, we decided to let Tifa show up in this game. When we were recording the voices for Kingdom Hearts 2, coincidentally, they were also doing the recording for Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. So somehow we ended up doing today, we record Final Fantasy Advent Children, tomorrow Kingdom Hearts 2. The voices were recorded in the same flow, so I'm glad about that. Speaking of Tifa, there was an event where she talked to Cloud after being Sephiroth. In Ojima-san's scenario, it explained Cloud and Tifa's connection more in depth, but I deleted it away. I thought it would be more interesting to let the gamers think about. For example, if Cloud's darkness is Sephiroth, then Tifa is light. In that sense, you can take it away that Tifa isn't really human. What? The reason Tifa doesn't talk to anyone else besides Sora and Co, maybe because she doesn't exist as a human. Of course, I also presented her in a way that she could also be a resident of Hollow Bastion. So I think you can freely think of her, or think for yourself about her. Okay, I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. So Yuna, Riku, Pine, I think that's how it's pronounced, showed up as fairies this time. I've always wanted to have Final Fantasy characters showing up as something that looks human but isn't human, at least once. Since Kingdom Hearts is a deformed world, I wanted to have a little fun with that. And as a plus, if all three showed up in their normal human size, I was kind of worried that the screen might get a bit too crowded. At least I've always thought that if I were to make them appear in the game, having them as fairies would make them as very interesting beings. I wasn't deeply involved with Final Fantasy X-2, but from the impression I got of looking at them as an audience, their positions in this game is how I see them. Were you planning to insert Final Fantasy VII Advent Children characters into Kingdom Hearts 2 initially? No, I didn't want to insert too many things from my newer works, and Final Fantasy Advent Children's world is very serious and has a little madness mixed into it, so it was quite difficult to familiarize it to Kingdom Hearts 2's mood. I wasn't thinking of forcing to insert something that wouldn't fit in. I'm not gonna lie, in a weird way that almost seems disrespectful to Final Fantasy X. Jeez. That Tifa thing, we gotta talk about that. That's weird. I don't know if I'm just now reading this or if this is some commonly known thing in the community. I've never heard anyone bring this up, but Tifa, Nomura basically just said Tifa doesn't exist essentially, and she's just Cloud's light. That's bizarre. That is super bizarre, but it makes sense definitely. It's a big reason why we don't get a Midgar world in Kingdom Hearts, because a lot of people blindly ask for Final Fantasy worlds in the series, yet the most commonly thing is Midgar. And when you think about it, the soul of Midgard just wouldn't really be there, because Cloud is in the Kingdom Hearts universe, and in that universe, Sephiroth is Cloud's darkness, and Tifa, apparently from what Nomura is saying, just doesn't exist in this Cloud's light, which just wouldn't really fully fit like the world that is Midgard, I feel like, at least. But I mean, they could do what they do with the Disney worlds and always change up the story if they ever do visit Midgard, so that is like still on the table. But Final Fantasy worlds would just be really weird to do, I feel like, but I would be interested to see how they do it. There are some Final Fantasy games I could see a world for. But that's going to be about it for today's video though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like, share the video with a friend or a family member, and last but not least, if you have not already and want to become a part of the union, all you have to do is hit that red little subscribe button down below. My name is Prodigy, and I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.